Informants relate that, initially, the Ifugaos lived on thatched huts built directly on the ground. Walls were either made of bamboo or planks of wood. Later, as they settled and began cultivating rice, they constructed elevated storage houses, now known as granary houses or alang. This building technique enabled them to safeguard the stock rice, ritual paraphernalia, and implements from infestation of rats and other pests, as well as from other hazards. From the granary houses, they patterned their elevated dwelling houses, commonly called as bale. Functionality of space. Despite its being a one-room house, the space of the Ifugao house is multifunctional. It does not only serve as a shelter from environmental elements and a place to cook, eat, and sleep, but for other purposes as well. Functional levels of the Ifugao house. There are 3 functional levels of the Ifugao house. The first level, called the ulon, is a space under the house. It is used for a midday rest, entertaining visitors, weaving, carving, and accomplishing household tasks. At the center end of the girders are crude carved dog heads or wooden hooks that serve as hangers. At other times, the ground level serves as a social and cultural space. It becomes the setting for weddings, wakes, death anniversaries, religious rites, and other life cycle celebrations. The second and main level is the family's living room, kitchen, and bedroom. It is accessible through a removable ladder. Within the sides of the main level are shelves that serve as storage area for clothes and blankets, as well as kitchen utensils, farm tools and equipment, and ritual paraphernalia. In addition, it acts as a structural support to the roof. Above the main level is the attic, commonly known as the pala. It is made by lining the attic beams with a stick mat known as atag. Basically, this space is utilized for storing rice. The multifunctionality of the Ifugao house makes the space inside flow into the outside, into nature, and into the lives of other people in the community, as characteristic of most Southeast Asian dwellings. On the outside, the Ifugao house seems to be nothing but a windowless pyramidal structure resting on 4 posts. A thorough examination of the structure, however, reveals a complex technology that renders it a tensile strength capable of withstanding devastating typhoons, torrential rain, and violent earthquakes. It is constructed out of carefully selected indigenous timbers that are sturdily mortised, pegged, and lodged to hold the house together. Entirely, no nails and bolts are used for all connections. Traditional houses of the Tuwali ethnic groups in Kiangan, Asipulo, Lagawe, Hingyon, and Hungduan share similar architectural designs. This could be attributed to the relatively temperate climate these municipalities experience. Generally, posts are either with or without roots. However, distinctive of the Lagawe houses are the 3 posts with truncated roots, while the remaining 4th post is a plain round or square log. This provides added stability and resilience against intense earthquake. Meanwhile, the height of the wall boards reaches up to chest level, necessitating the shelves to be at a higher elevation. Further, the roof is moderately inclined between 50 to 60 degrees and commonly descends only a foot below the level of the shelves. Variation in roofing may also be observed. Characteristic of the Banawe and Mayoyaw houses are the steeply inclined roofing that descends to the level of the floor or at least at a foot higher than the floor. Essentially, this type of roofing insulates occupants from the wintry breeze and torrential rainfall, which are typical of the upland climate. Moreover, unlike the Tuwali houses, Ayangan houses in Banawe and Mayoyaw have low-level sidewalls, measuring about 1 to 2 feet in height. Practically, this gives more advantage to the occupants of the house because it offers them a wider living space. Plainly, One may only see the awkward simplicity and drabness of the traditional Ifugao house, hence the lack of appreciation thereof. To see its beauty, one must perceive beyond what is apparent and look into the embedded meanings, beliefs, and practices. The built environment, spaces, and activities of people are interrelated and inseparable. Thus, the traditional Ifugao house serves as an expression of the people's creativeness, feelings, thought processes, values, experiences, fears, and aspirations.